What's up, y'all? We are back. This is episode 10 of the Miami Marlins Out of the Park Baseball 25 series. We're here September 1st, 2026. Your Marlins are 72 and 58, a 4.5 game lead in the NL South division. Still getting used to these division things, but a pretty good month of August after the deadline, and things have started to fall into place, hopefully. So just kind of looking at where we came from, we got off to the red hot start after losing 3 straight to begin the season. We went 17 and 2 for the rest of the month. May was solid, 16 and 13. June we treaded water, 13 and 13. And then July, 9 and 17 month. Really not a good performance from us. And then things started to fall apart right before the deadline. We made one move to kind of shore up our bullpen and pitching depth. So that was July, and then August we came out. It wasn't a great start from what I remember, but we wound up finishing 17 and 10, an excellent month to push us back into first place after falling out of it for a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, we were solid to start the month. Actually quite good. We were 5 and 2 to start. Then we lost 4 straight, and then kind of just went on a nice little run here. Won 6 straight here, and then just took 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. So overall, a really good month. Can't complain too much. We're starting to get healthy, and that's not without some injuries. So Trey Sweeney did go down a little more than a week ago. A strained MCL. He'll be out for 4 to 5 weeks. We hope to get him back for the first round of the playoffs. We'll see. But yeah, he wasn't anything spectacular, but he was a league average hitter who plays a good defense at third base. And yeah, we definitely miss him at the moment, but we have some guys that have come up, and we hope they can, at least give us 90%, 85% of what Trey Sweeney gave us. We're still without these guys. I mean, these are longer-term injuries. Shane Suzuki, I still want to get him up to the majors eventually, but he just feels like he deals with injuries whenever I have an opportunity to call him up. He broke his kneecap. He'll be out for the rest of the season. So, unfortunate for him. But, Luis Herrera is really... I keep trying to push him up to A-ball again, but, he crushed rookie ball. Tried to give him A-ball, and he was just not good. So, I hope he works out, but he's 18. We'll see. I mean, he's still really young. Luis Rosado held his own in his first year of pro ball. Those are just guys that I was looking at, so we're not going to go through every prospect here. We'll do that in the offseason, kind of assess where we are. So, pitching staff-wise, we have had a little bit of a fall-off. You see no guys under 3 ERAs anymore. Braxton Garrett are technically our one starter in this rotation, but we'll start with Jesus Luzardo, who got off to a really good start to the year. Did have a rough stretch in August. 5 starts, ERA hovering around 8.5. Not a good month, but the walks were a huge issue for him. We hope he can go into the playoffs strong because I want him to start game 1 of a playoff set. Yuri Perez, another guy who got off to a fantastic start, and he had a rough July. August wasn't great, but he still had a good overall season. ERA 3.22 leads the team. Let's go to Braxton Garrett next. He was, ERA under 3. Just had this horrible start against Pittsburgh. Gave up 8 runs in 3 1/3. But overall, still a really good season from Braxton. Then Trevor Rogers finally back from injury. He missed a few weeks. But he hasn't been great since coming back. Hopefully he turns it around, but a replaceable pitcher in the long term. Then Dylan Cease has been up and down all season. Hasn't been a great signing overall, but he's been a fine 5th starter. I don't know if he gets a playoff start at this point. We'll see. I would like to, but just because of the money we gave him and kind of the investment we made in him. But, we have 4 capable starters in front of him, so if he doesn't turn things around, he'll pitch out of the bullpen. And then the bullpen, it's kind of stabilized at this point. So Anthony Maldonado, the FIP isn't impressive at all. He's a FIP around 4.34, but he's gotten the job done. He's only striking out 7.2 guys per nine, but he's keeping the walks down. Home runs are a little high for what I'd like, but overall, he's been good. Andrew Nardi, one of our all-stars this season, he's been excellent yet again after having a really good season last year. Alex Lang, since coming over, 12 innings, 1.42 ERA. He's been awesome. We'd love to have him in the building. Let's go to Mick Abel next because he had a really bad outing his first time out against his former team, the Phillies, right here. Gave 3 runs in a third of an inning, but since then has really stabilized into a nice bullpen piece for us. Exactly what we needed. And then Max Meyer, also been solid. Not striking out anyone, which is just bizarre, but I don't know what the deal is this year. We have a lot of guys who just have not struck out a ton. Him, obviously, Maldonado. Mick Abel hasn't struck out a ton of guys since coming over, but the results have been good. And Sixto, excellent yet again. After a really good season last year, he's just dealt with some injuries. We'll see what his long-term future is with us. He's not walking anyone at the moment, which we love that out of the pen. And Anthony Bender has definitely stabilized after a really rough first half. So he's worked his way back into the playoff bullpen. Kent Emanuel's up with the team. He's made 2 appearances, nothing crazy. And Eric Fetty, a guy we signed to a minor league deal this offseason. He's been a good swingman. If we need him for a start, he made a series of starts when Trevor Rogers went out, and he's been really solid. I can't complain at all about him. And then Hayden Birdsong up with the team since roster's expanded just today. So there's the pitching staff. Hitting wise, okay, let's start with some guys who have been called up. So Tommy Gaines, we got him in kind of a nothing trade from the San Antonio Lobos. He's one of these auto-generated guys that was put on the Lobos, put in their system. So we traded Diego Infante for him, who's playing in AAA. Hasn't really done much, but was a decent prospect at the time. And Tommy Gaines, just massive power, but tons of swing and miss. But we called him up because we needed, just a little bit of juice in the order. And he's hit 5 home runs in 12 games, so love what we're getting out of him so far. The BABIP is abysmal. I don't know if any of this is sustainable, but we're going to take the results as they come. And then we just called up Luke Adams, a top 200 prospect probably. I don't know if he still is at this point. Let me check. Yeah, he's number 109, so just outside the top 100. But big power upside, good eye. Got off to a rough start in AAA, but really turned things on as we approached this roster expansion. So he was on the 40-man. I'm going to give him a call up. We'll see how he does. He's going to get plenty of playing time here. He's actually starting at DH against lefties. He's going to mix in every third against righties. So we'll see. We'll see with him. Yidi Cape, a guy who's been on my 40-man for a couple of years now. I finally got the call. Hey, he's only had 1 plate appearance. I don't even know if he's going to play a ton, but he's a backup infielder who's capable, I think. Casey Schmidt is back from injury. He hasn't done too much, but a good defender, and had a decent year last year, all things considered. And then we'll get to the regular guys now. So Jesus Sanchez is actually leading the way. He's obviously a platoon guy for us at this point. I've kind of given up with the idea of him hitting against lefties, but he's been excellent in that role. 118 WRC plus. And has had a great second half so far. Check out his July numbers. He was excellent. 167 WRC plus, 177 in August. So he's been great. Definitely needed his juice against righties. Rafaela continues to play well. Playing all over the field for us. Has gotten multiple starts at pretty much every position. But he's going to be primarily my second baseman going down the stretch because we have outfielders that I like, and we don't really have a second baseman. Jeremy Pena pretty much being a nothing player at this point. I love Rafaela. He's been awesome for us. And Everson Arteaga, what a season. 108 WRC plus after putting up a 71 last year. I thought he had more in the tank. I didn't know if he had this in him, but he's sustained it over a full season at this point. He's on pace to put up almost 5 WAR, playing an excellent shortstop. Definitely a cornerstone piece. He's batting second for us now just because of the lack of options. And then Luis Robert, definitely not the season we were expecting out of him. He got hurt for a little bit, had a miserable month of June, but July and August have been much better since he's been gotten back in the majors. Actually walking a little bit at this point, but yeah, the 2.6% walk rate is just abysmal. And he's now fragile, so he has one more year left on this deal. We'll definitely pick up that option, but who knows long term what his future is. Jacob Berry's been about a league average hitter. He's put up 72 RBIs just based on where he's batted in the order. He does have a 248 average, so it's not horrible, and he's stolen 20 bases almost at this point. Yeah, I like Jacob Berry. He's batting fifth now, probably where he should be, just because we have some other options in front of him. Casey Schmidt went over him, went over Luke Adams. Jaron Duran, definitely a disappointing first season in Miami, but he has a couple years of control left. We'll keep him around. He's stolen 25 bases, plays a good left field. So, definitely not the season we wanted out of him, but he's been fine. And then Jazz just has not really turned things around at this point. He's got a 71 WRC plus. He's still a guy I'm totally comfortable giving this contract to, but definitely not what we wanted. He still plays a really good right field, steals a ton of bases. He's stolen 22 in 107 games, 91% or almost 92% success rate. So he adds other value besides hitting, but 71 WRC plus is kind of unplayable. Offensively, if we're being honest, he's been dropped way down in the order at this point. Jeremy Pena's been bad, but he was signed to be backup infielder. He's done just fine in that role, below replacement level, but whatever. Then Patrick Bailey definitely fallen off since a good start, 72 WRC plus at this point. But really good defensive catcher, a fan favorite. There's other reasons to keep him on this team, of course, than just his hitting. Alfonso still hasn't done much with the bat, but he's just backup catcher. And then Brenton Doyle has mixed in a ton this season due to some injuries in the outfield. I don't know. He's been okay for what we needed him to be. Okay, so that brings us to what's next. So our offense has been really bad. Pitching's been really good. It's kind of what we expected. We are stealing a lot more bases this season. So we have a bunch of players who are hot too. Hopefully Lazard will turn things around. But we'll go week by week here. So just a preview of what's to come this week. We have a 3-game set against Arizona and then a 3-game set against Houston, both on the road, or both at home, sorry. Then we'll play a 4-game set in Milwaukee and then against Chicago. So Arizona, they're hovering around 500. Not really an impressive team, if I'm being honest. About middle of the pack, pitching-wise, bottom third in hitting. So hopefully we can take care of business, take at least 2 out of 3 here. Then we have a set against Houston, who's 55 and 76. Not a good season for them. Their lineup is just pretty brutal, it looks like, besides Jordan and Kyle Tucker. Bregman having a really bad season. Oh, man, he's fallen off defensively like crazy. Holy crap. I bet they didn't expect that, but yeah, they gave him a big contract too. And then the pitching's been okay. Bullpen's really good. They actually have Edwin Diaz and Josh Hader in the bullpen, so that's always scary. But hopefully we can take at least 2 out of 3. Ideally sweep them, but yeah, let's. I'll sim this week. We'll come back with what's going on after that point. All right, so we're back after the Houston series. We go, 4-1 in that stretch. But I honestly could not have asked for a better week from what we needed out of the squad. So let's quickly jump into the star of the week, Jazz Chisholm. Oh my God. Okay, it's actually easier to go through like this. So this first game, a 5-3 victory. We score 3 in the bottom of the ninth to win it on a Jazz Chisholm walk-off 3-run home run. his second of 2 home runs in that game. I don't even want to spoil what happens after, but I just did. He had one in the 4th and a 3-run shot to walk it off. So Jazz answered the call after I kind of called him out for not bringing a ton of value offensively. And then the next game, we won 6-3, 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th. The star of that game is being Arteaga and Casey Schmidt, who also had a great week. And then the pitching does a great job as well. The bullpen's been fantastic. And then a 3-0 victory. The pitching stealing the show here. Trevor Rogers 5 shutout, and then Mick Abel and Sixto Sanchez close it out. And in this one, Jazz has another home run. And just an overall great series. We sweep the Diamondbacks, and then this game in Houston, we scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th, so making a lot of comeback victories. Jazz has 4 hits, 2 RBIs. Jaron Duran, 3 hits, 3 ribbies. Jazz went yard in this one as well. Braxton Garrett, not a good start, but the bullpen once again picks up the slack. And then this loss, 3-2. Not ideal. They score 1 in the top of the 10th. Those extra inning things are always weird. Casey Schmidt has a couple more hits. Rafaela, a couple hits. A good start by Dylan Cease. Again, all I want to see is players playing well. I don't really care if we win or lose at this point. And then a 14-1 victory. Robert has 3 hits, 6 RBIs. Jazz hits 2 more home runs. And he won Player of the Week, by the way. He bumps his WRC Plus up. What is that, from 71 to 89? So 18 points in a single 2 series. That's 6 games. To really, really answer me as a doubter, I guess. Jacob Berry also drove in 3 this game. Good start by Luzardo. He has a couple good starts in this time frame. 2 runs in 5 2/3, and then 5 1/3 shutout. And just an excellent 2 series there. We now play Milwaukee for a 4-game set in Chicago. Milwaukee leading the NL North, led by their really good pitching. Their staff has been excellent. Bullpen's been really good too. Hitting's pretty good. They got Jackson Churio on their team, so they're always going to be solid. Christian Yelich having a good year. But, middle of the pack offensively, but a good pitching team. And then we look ahead to Chicago, where we'll play the Cubs in Chicago. They're led by Pete Crow Armstrong, who is emerged into a total superstar. Bo Bichette also signed there in free agency this season. He's having a really good season. And Kevin Alcantara, I think that's how you say it, former Yankees farmhand. I think he went over, what trade did he go in? Anthony Rizzo trade. Okay, there you go. But yeah, he's been really good. So a good offensive team, definitely top 3rd, top 5 in most categories in the NL. This guy's also good. Moses Ballesteros. Ballesteros. There you go. Keston Hirsad, also a really good player. Holy crap, their offense is loaded. They got Jake Joloff this season. He's been a solid player at third base. And the pitching's also pretty good. 4th in runs against. So Chicago, a really good team. Let's hope we can take, we got 7 games here. Let's hope we can go 4-3. That'd be really, really good. At least land around 500 after this set. So we'll come back with the results. We're up 7 games in the Cardinals now. In good position to make a push for this NL South. We'll be back. Okay, so not a great series. We go 2-5 against Chicago and Milwaukee. We still hold a 7-game lead, so we don't lose any ground on the Cardinals or anything. But not a great week. We lost a bunch of close games. So this 4-9 loss is just not good. Overall, bad game. Yuri Perez doesn't give us any length. Hayden Birdsong was not good in relief. The offense wasn't able to give us enough. And a 5-6 loss, I'll take this all day. We made a valiant comeback after being down 3-0. Get to give up 3, unfortunately. Alex Lang, his first really bad game as a Marlin. Just a forgettable game. I will say, Eliezer Alfonso had a great... he made 2 starts in these 2 games and had 5 hits, so... that's a sign for optimism for him. And we win 3-0, much needed victory over Milwaukee. It was a Braxton Garrett masterclass, 7 2/3, no runs, no walks, 5 Ks. So a good start from him. Then we went to Chicago, picked up a 7-1 victory. Offense leading the way. Jacob Berry has a 3-run home run in this one. Jesus Sanchez drove in another 2. And Jesus Luzardo, an excellent start. Kind of cap off a good run of 4 starts after getting blown up in St. Louis. And then, unfortunately, we lost the next 2 games of this set. 5-3 loss here. Just not much offensively. Eric Fetty gave 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning after Yuri Perez got hurt in this one. Nothing serious. So, it's always tough to win a game when you have to pitch most of your bullpen, or at least get a lot of length out of guys. And then Trevor Rogers, unfortunately, couldn't give us enough in this last game. We lose 4-3. A couple of RBIs for Luke Adams. He picks up his first career home run, though. So, 34 plate appearances in 9 games. Hasn't been great, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what he comes into. So now we play Philly. Even if I don't know how they are this season necessarily, but 82-60. So they're a really good team. Offense, middle of the pack. Pitching's really good, though. They do have the corpse of Zach Wheeler starting game 1, who has not been good, making a ton of money. So they've been in game 1, but they have the injured Painter and Aaron Nola in game 2 and 3 of the set. Painter having a good season. Nola also having a great year. So, if we could take 2 out of 3, that'd be great. And then we have an off day, and we play New York. And they are 66-76. Hopefully we can take care of business, take 2 out of 3. It's all just about winning series at this point. They do have star Jet Williams, who hasn't been amazing this year, but a really good player and always potential. Luis Angel Acuna made it up to the majors at this point. Brett Beatty's a really good player. Still have Pete Alonso crushing it at first base for them, and Francisco Alvarez. So, and Francisco Lindor, who's just a shell of the player he once was. Not a good offensive team, horrible pitching team. I'd love a sweep there. So let's take 2 out of 3 against Philly, sweep the Mets. We'll come back with what happens. All right, so another really poor week. We go 2-4. We lose 2 out of 3 in both sets. We started off strong, won a 3-0 game against Philly. Really good start from Braxton Garrett once again. And the bullpen does a good job, and we were able to just get just enough offensively to win that one. Game 2, we lost 7-2. Just not a good start from Dylan Cease. And the offense not able to get anything going against Aaron Nola. So that was game 2. In game 3, we lost 4-1. Rafael has 3 hits, but we only score 1 run in the game. Jesus Luzardo, another good start. There's good things that have come out of this. It's not all bad, but Luzardo has a good start. But we still lose the game. Then we win 6-3 against the Mets. Jazz Chisholm has 5 RBIs, 3 hits in this one, including a home run. Yuri Perez, 6 shutout, 10 Ks, no walks. Excellent start from him. And Mick Abel does struggle in relief, but the bullpen's able to get it done. Then we lost 4-3, unfortunately. 4 runs in the top of the 7th. 4 unearned from Alex Lang. Looks like he probably inherited it. Maybe, I guess he wouldn't have inherited them, but yeah, he gives up 4 unearned runs in this one. Luke Adams drives in a few runs, though. He had a triple in that one. He's kind of, he had a good little week. Nothing too bad. We do lose that one, and then we lose 5-2, unfortunately. Rafaela has 2 RBIs. Braxton Garrett, a solid enough start, but Anthony Bender gives up 2 to kind of take us out of the game in the 9th. So we're still up 5 games in the division. Cardinals 76-73. So we still have a decent lead, but we have to start winning series here. And we will play San Diego in San Diego for the next series after an off day. Jackson Merrill, superstar player over here. Manny Machado still doing his thing at third base. Tatis having a good year in right field. Graham Pauley also a good player at first base. So their offense, middle of the pack, but have some superstar talent. Pitching has been great, but their rotation looks solid enough. The bullpen definitely an issue, last in the league in ERA. They're 69 and 80. So I hope we can take 2 out of 3, but not going to cross my fingers on anything or get too excited. Then we'll play Colorado, who's always, always difficult to play. We've handled them pretty well this year from what I remember. But, one of the best offenses in the league, one of the worst pitching staffs. You know the story of Colorado at this point. They do have Zeke Tovar at shortstop, Adel Amador. I guess he's DHing. Interesting. Because he's not a bad defender, but he's not great. Then we have, I guess Warming Bernabel is playing third base for them and batting third. Jordan Beck, a good player out in right. So, not a really talented offensive team. They just play in Coors Field. So, they also have Travis Bazzana, who crushed it in AAA. Probably haven't called him up, but it's Colorado. You never know. But they've been okay this year, 72 and 76. So, we'll go through these 2 series and come back. Okay, new week, same story. We lose 2 out of 3 in both sets. Win game 1 in San Diego. A good game overall. Dylan Cease has a great start. Offense is able to do enough. Score 6 runs. We take that one. Lose 4-1 the next game. Luzardo, not a great start at all. 4 runs in 5 innings. Mick Abel does a good job out of the pen. But no offense in that one. And then a 6-3 loss, a heartbreaker. Jackson Merrill walks it off the 3-run shot. They score 4 runs in the bottom of the 10th off Anthony Maldonado. Just kind of a heartbreaking loss to lose the series. Then we go to Colorado, where we lose 5-3 in game 1. Trevor Rogers, solid enough start, but not enough offense against whatever Colorado threw at us. And then a 4-2 loss here in game 2 of the set. Jazz has 3 hits in this one. He's been our only hitter pretty much, it seems like, down the stretch here. Tommy Gaines has a couple hits as well. But Braxton Garrett, an okay start. 4 runs in 6 1/3, gave up 10 hits, but gave us length. And then Sixto Sanchez did get hurt in this one. Strained back. He's out 4 weeks, so could miss the rest of the season. Kent Emanuel continues to pitch well when he's called upon, though. And then we do salvage game 3. Arteaga has the walk-off single. He has 3 hits in the game. And a good start by Dylan Cease. Max Mayer and Anthony Maldonado do a good job out of the pen. So another 2-series loss, and that's, a bunch in a row now. Coming back to this Milwaukee series, and it's overall been a bad month. 11-14. But, our division isn't terribly impressive. We still have a good record, 83 and 72, but we're now up 4 games on St. Louis. So we gotta play a lot better here. We will play St. Louis a chance to kind of bury them here in a 4-game set, and then we play San Antonio for 3 to end the season. So last series of the year. Let's go through it game by game, as we have a chance to win the division here with this series. We win 6-3 in game 1, a huge victory. Jarren Duran 3 hits. Patrick Bailey finally does something. He's been so bad this month, it seems. -6 WRC plus. Season WRC plus of 60. He's barely a league average player overall. He does other stuff for our pitching staff, so I'm not too upset, but at least he does something in this one. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Luzardo, are really another promising start here. He's pitched really, really well overall to end the season here. So we win game 1. We'll now face this guy, Pete Hansen, who looks like a decent arm, but having a really bad season against Yuri Perez. And we win 4-1. 3 hits from Rafaela. Jazz looks like he came in, got an RBI. Yuri Perez, an excellent start, 6 2/3, one unearned run. And Alex Lang closes it out for us. So a chance to win the series here. Trevor Rogers against Max Fried. A couple lefties going against it. And we win 5-3, take the series, and a chance to sweep here. Tommy Gaines has a couple hits in this one. Love to see it. Luke Adams, a couple hits. Two doubles. Nice. And a good, really, really good start by Rogers. Needed that badly. And then the bullpen able to do just enough to get us through it. And Trey Sweeney's back, so very good. Jazz is kind of hurt. He's hurt in his running. He'll be fine. We do need to open up a roster spot for Trey, though. I mean, Cape is not really playing at all, so I guess we'll send him down. Not Artaiga. So that's huge, because Casey Schmidt's kind of been a black hole over there since a decent start coming back. And then Luke Adams, he is what he is. Just kind of a prospect getting some playing time. But Trey Sweeney, we could slot him in. Probably something like that. And then against lefties, we'll keep the same thing. We'll have Schmidt start. I mean, does Sweeney have any crazy splits? Yeah, he's been bad against lefties, so maybe we just keep him out and give Schmidt the opportunity there. He's much better against lefties anyway. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's your ideal platoon split. Okay, so we'll still have him back up at third, though. Okay. Luke Adams, I still feel good about him. Even though he hasn't done too much against lefties or anything, but okay. How's Tommy Gaines been in the outfield? I'm sure he's been fine. Yeah, he's been okay. I mean, another guy who we could probably replace him, but we don't really have any better options, and he's been okay. He hits a few home runs here and there. Okay, so we'll have Braxton Garrett against Drew Rom. Looking to sweep. We lose 4-3 in a heartbreaker. 10th inning, they get a run. Luke Adams drives in a pair, though. Like to see that. A couple more hits. Another double. Braxton Garrett, a really quality start, but Maldonado, unfortunately, cannot get it done in the 10th. Always tough to come in with that ghost runner on. Okay, so, I mean, still a really successful series. We take 3 out of 4, push our division lead to 6, and we do clinch, actually, after that with 3 games to go. So, I mean, what are we looking like for... Okay, so, realistically, we'd have to win out, and Chicago and Philly would have to both lose out to be able to take one of these top division spots and get the bye. So maybe we'll pitch Cease game 1. Oh, sorry, there's 4 divisions now. And there's still 3 wild cards. What did I do? Okay, sorry. That makes sense. Yeah, there's 2 wild cards. So how is this going to work then? So it'll be the 2 worst division winners against the 2 wild cards. Okay, that makes sense. So, I mean, there's not really a bad team out of here. There's no elite team besides the Dodgers, but I mean, whoever we get, we're gonna have to beat. So it is what it is at this point. We'll go through. We'll pitch Dylan Cease in game 1. I'd like to see how he does here. He's pitched much better as of late, minus this one really bad start. So maybe he gets a playoff start here if he has a good outing against San Antonio. A 10-3 victory. So the offense getting going. Alfonso has a couple more hits. He's had a quietly excellent second half, while Patrick Bailey's not been good. His September was, holy crap. I know he was good, but I didn't know he was that good. Whew. Man, talk about up and down. But love to see it out of Alfonso. Maybe he earns a couple playoff starts. I doubt that, but it's possible. Jazz, a couple more hits in this one. He's pushed himself all the way back to a league average hitter in the span of about a month, raising his WRC plus almost 30 points. And Cease was good enough. I don't know if that earns him a playoff start. And Pearson Old, who we just called up, 3 2/3 shutout. Okay, so what happened here? I mean, we still have a shot for that second division. The second best division winner. Luzardo on the mound, though. I don't know if I even want to risk that. I want to have him ready to go. So we'll take our chance with Hayden Birdsong. Make sure he's not pitched. I would like to give Birdsong a start anyway. So, game 2, we win 5-0. Hayden Birdsong, 7 shutty. Good for you, dude. Love that. And Mick Abel, 2 shutout in relief. His strikeout to walk stuff is incredibly interesting, but we pick up the win anyway. Trey Sweeney comes back and has a 2-hit game here and a 1-hit game, 3 RBIs and a home run. So we love having him back. Jacob Berry, a couple hits as well. So that leaves us. Okay, so they both won. So this game is pretty meaningless. We will face either one of these NL Central teams, whoever winds up, I guess, winning 162 here, and then the Braves are the last team. So we're going to face, one of the NL Central teams, I guess. Unless I screwed up the playoffs completely. I don't know. I'm definitely not pitching Yuri Perez in this one, I'll tell you that. Kind of Manuel good to go? Maybe I'll pitch him. But let's go Eric Fetty. Make sure he doesn't pitch here. Okay. So Eric Fetty on the mound, 162, looking to sweep San Antonio to end the season. And we do, 4-0 victory. Finally came around at the end of the year, and a really good end to the season. Eric Fetty, fantastic in this one. 7 shutout, 7 Ks. Our pitching staff is looking pretty good. So let's see who we're going to be up against. It'll be Milwaukee, who we did have a tough time with just a few weeks ago when we last played them. So let's go up to this game. Okay, so scouting out Milwaukee. What are their strengths? So let's see. They're a bottom third offense generally, but one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Looks like they're without Jackson Churio for this series, and that's huge. Unfortunate for them, but good for us. I mean, their offense is not too impressive. Jefferson Kiro, what a stud. I know he's one of the top prospects in baseball and all, but, if Milwaukee can get this, that'd be incredible. What a player. So he leads the way offensively. Sal Frelick's a good player. Tyler Black's a solid player. Rhys Hoskins hit a lot of home runs. He's good. Christian Yelich had a good season. Joey Ortiz, a good player. He's really good. Dang, okay. I know he was like that. Tommy Edman at shortstop, so a good team overall. Really good defensive squad. So what actually wound up happening? What do these playoffs look like? Oh, geez, okay. I screwed this up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. Holy crap. Okay. I really messed that up. Okay, so there's no buys anymore, which I actually don't hate this. Although I don't like the best of 7s. There's this is going to be 28 games, potentially, that team has to play. I'll fix that next season, but that was just an oversight. All right, so setting our playoff rotation. It's a best of 7. That is ridiculous. We'll go Luzardo in game 1. Or maybe we'll go Perez in game 1, Luzardo in game 2. Garrett's been good. Rogers has also been good. So we'll go Garrett, Rogers, screw you, Cease. I'm kidding. He's not that bad, but he's gonna play a meaningful role on this team in the playoffs here. He might actually be my closer. His stuff is going to be crazy in the bullpen. So let's roll with Cease as our closer. Maldonado, I like Maldonado, but he's kind of a Band-Aid at the end of the day as our closer. Do I trust Kent Emanuel in a playoff series? Probably not. Let's remove him. Eric Fetty can stay as our long man. He was good. Mick Abel, another guy. Do I really trust him? But I like his stuff. And low-key, I think Hayden Birdsong actually earned a spot with the way he pitched coming down the stretch. Yeah, why not? I don't know if we need 13 pitchers, but is Eric Fetty a little redundant? What do we have hitting-wise? So I guess the only guys we would really consider here would be Wes Clark, I guess. Jahmai Jones played some for us. Casey Schmidt's not on the team. I don't even know if he gets added. Brenton Doyle's not on the squad, so what does this look like? Tommy Gaines, I don't know. He was good. He was good at the end of the year. Well, I guess we'll keep Tommy. Luke Adams played well too. Yeah, I think we go with Adams over Schmidt here. But we are going to play Trey Sweeney against lefties and righties, I guess. Luke Adams have any good splits? Not really big enough sample size to determine that. Maybe we do need Casey Schmidt on this team. Especially with DL Hall in Game 2. It's going to be a problem for our lefties. So, I think Mick Abel's actually going to get the boot from the playoff roster here. And then we'll add Casey Schmidt. Okay. That looks good. We're very, very lefty-righty dependent at this point. We have 3 guys kind of platooning. But I like the squad. I think we can make it work. Definitely going to move Schmidt down in the order, though. All right, let's give it a shot, I guess. So we're going to play Milwaukee. Game 1, Yuri Perez on the mound, coming off a really, really solid season. 7-game set. I got to change that. Game 1, they lose 6-5. Good, decent day offensively. Jacob Berry drives in 3. Jesus Sanchez has a couple hits. Yuri Perez walks 5 guys, but makes it through 6 okay innings. Then it was Alex Lang who kind of gave up the winning run there. Dylan Cease, 3 Ks in an inning, by the way. So, lose game 1. It will have Luzardo against DL Hall, a couple lefties. We win 4-3 in 16 innings. Jeremy Pena, of all guys, walks it off for us. And oh boy, this bullpen is gassed. We do have an off day, which is excellent. Luzardo had a good enough start to give us a shot, and the bullpen just lights out the rest of the way. Dylan Cease, holy crap. 3 shutout, only strikes out 1 guy. Hayden Birdsong, 3 shutout, and Max Mayer, 2 shutout to close it out. So a big, big win there. And we will head to Milwaukee for 3. They'll have Jacob Mizorowski, who had a really solid season for them against Braxton Garrett, who had a good season for us. So, Game 3. How's our bullpen look? Okay, everyone's pretty good. Game 3. We win 9-2. Huge win. And Braxton Garrett gives us much, much needed length to save our bullpen Anthony Bender, especially with these 3 games in a row, that's huge. Anthony Bender, 2 innings in relief. Luis Robert breaking through after a pretty disappointing season overall. 4 hits in this one after a 2-hit game the other night. He hasn't been held hitless in a playoff game so far. So love Robert. Jazz has a home run, 3 RBIs, 2 hits. Artaiga a couple hits as well. So a big offensive game and a good pitching performance by our team. And we go into Game 4, a 2-1 series lead. It'll be Robert Gasser against Trevor Rogers, another pair of lefties. We lose 4-3. In 10 innings, they walk it off. They get a run in the bottom of the 9th against Dylan Cease, and then he gives up another one. I don't know why they kept him in that long, but unfortunately we dropped that one. Tommy Edman walks it off. So an unfortunate game there. Series tied at 2 apiece. And Freddie Peralta will start Game 3 for them against Yuri Perez. Bullpen's good enough, I guess. So, huge game. We win 2-1. Trey Sweeney run-scoring double in the top of the 9th to give us the lead, and Andrew Nardi closed it out. What a performance from Yuri. 8 2/3, 1 run. Unbelievable. As we take a 3-2 series lead, going back to Miami, a chance to win the series. Two chances to do it. It'll be DL Hall against Jesus Luzardo. We lose 4-2. Oh my God, that's so tough. Dylan Cease. Oh God. So many mixed emotions this series with him. 4 runs. Why are they keeping him in there for 45 freaking pitches? Oh my God. Waste a good start by Luzardo and a good performance by Lang. That's so disappointing. I don't know what the hell my manager is doing. So here we go, Game 7. We go the distance here. And it'll be Braxton Garrett against Jacob Mazurski. I'm just going to call him that. We'll win 8-6. Whew. Just barely hang on. Alex Lang bails us out in the 9th after Nardi gave up a couple runs. Another big game for Robert. He had an awesome series. Artaiga drove in 4 runs. Did he hit a grand slam? He did. 4th inning grand slam from Artaiga. Jazz a couple more hits. So the offense comes through in a big way. We win 8-6 in Game 7. Whew. And the international showcase is here. Before I forget, let's just give this a glance. I'll do this off camera. We'll come back. All right, that's all taken care of. So we're going to play the Diamondbacks, who were 82-80. Not dissimilar to the 2023 Diamondbacks. They're led by Corbin Carroll, who's just a total superstar. But nothing really else offensively. They're one of the worst offensive teams in baseball. A really good pitching staff, top third of the league, led by Christian Mena. They'll have Eduardo Rodriguez starting in Game 1. And then this guy who won 17 games, Yu Min Lin. Not really sure where he came from. It's interesting. I guess he's a guy in their system, but had a good season. And then Griffin Canning, another really solid arm. So a good pitching staff. Dylan Lesko out of the pen. Interesting. I wonder why they're not starting him. Where the heck did they get him to? He was on the Padres. Zach Gallen, okay. It was a Zach Gallen trade. That makes sense. So a decent bullpen. Probably not as good as ours, but our bullpen also hasn't done anything crazy this postseason. Okay, so do I keep Dylan Cease as our closer? Let's do this. We'll do something like that. I would like to use Lang as our closer now. All right, so Game 1, Yuri Perez is good to go. So he'll start the first game of the series in Miami. Let's do it. 3-2 victory. Our playoff roster is the same, by the way. I didn't make any changes. Robert, 3 hits in this one. And the runs were driven in by Who the hell knows? Jacob Berry drove in one, but I don't know where the other two came from. Maybe some wild pitches or something. But Yuri Perez, a really quality start. Hayden Birdsong, excellent in relief. Nardi and Lang close it out. So 1-0 series lead, game 2. 9-2 victory. 4 in the first inning for us after we answer their first inning run. Then we go up, what is that? 7-0? Is that it's 9. We went up 9-0 after 5. Or 9-2 after 5. Luis Robert drove in a few runs. Tommy Gaines, 3-run shot. And then Patrick Bailey drove in a few runs too. Hazel Luzardo, a really quality start. Eric Fetty makes his first appearance in the postseason. Pitched a 3 shutout, and Anthony Bender closed it out. So, 2-0 series lead. We'd love a short series to give us some rest after that 7-game battle against Milwaukee. Game 3 in Arizona here for 3. We'll have Braxton Garrett on the mound against Christian Mena, who won. Is this the guy who won? Yeah, he was their ace. Oh, I didn't press the button. 9-5 victory. Jesus Sanchez, 3-run home run. We put up 4 in the top of the 9th to break the tie. We tied it up in the 8th as well on a Robert solo shot. Man, he's been huge for us this postseason. Definitely, a competitor for NL. What is this? I guess this would be the NL. Oh, they just call this round 2 right now. Okay, I got to change that too. I really overlooked the playoffs. But yeah, he drives in 3. Braxton Garrett, not a great start, but the bullpen does a great job to get us through it. So looking for the sweep here. In Arizona, we'll have Trevor Rogers against Griffin Canning. And we sweep Braxton Garrett. Oh, that sucks. Strained hamstring 2 months, dude. What the heck did you do? Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. But we do sweep. We'll get back to Garrett after. 3 RBIs from Jesus Sanchez, 3 hits, 2 RBIs from Jazz. Trevor Rogers, an awesome start. Needed that big time. And we wind up sweeping, so Garrett, unfortunately, is going to miss the rest of the season. And that puts us in a pretty tough spot. I guess Mick Abel is probably the guy we call, but I mean, Jorge Mercedes he's down there. They used him as a starter. He was okay for us. My fear is that they're going to use him in really high leverage spots, which I don't want them to. Dax Fulton made a couple appearances this year. Colton Gordon was up for a little bit. Ken Emanuel's good. Let's go Mick Abel, though. I trust him the most. So that pushes Cease back into the playoff rotation. I'm putting him on the shortest of leashes after just, kind of blowing 2 games in that series, nearly costing us the series. That does shorten our bullpen a little bit. I think I actually like Hayden Birdsong in the setup role here. He's been good. Okay, so a bunch of off days here. We should have. Shane Sasaki finally back. Okay, so let's go through these off days. And Sixto's back. Okay, so we can actually add Sixto to the roster instead of Mick Abel. Sixto was just so good this year, I can't keep him off the team. Okay. So we will play the Cubs here. A chance to go to the World Series. Their team went 91-71. I guess wound up winning the division. Not really sure what happened, but they were top 5 in offense, top 5 in pitching. We kind of went over their team when we played them late in the season. It looks like they're without Pete Crow Armstrong, though. That's huge. both offensively and defensively. They're also without their ace, Cade Horton, who had an awesome season. So, I mean, this is a battered, kind of bruised Cubs team, but still a good squad that's clearly good enough to make it to make it through the gauntlet that is the National League. So, let me check out playoff tree. Yeah, so the Orioles and Rays are left in the AL. We're left with the Cubs here in the National League. We're able to reset our rotation. We got Perez, Luzardo, Rogers, Cease. Bullpen's ready to go. Let's do it. We will play in Chicago Game 1. Hunter Brown against Yuri Perez. 4-0 win. Wow. Jesus Sanchez drives in another 3 runs. He's been incredible this postseason. And Yuri Perez just continues to shine here. Just absolutely incredible what he's been able to do the last 3 starts. Andrew Nardi closes it out. We get just enough off their pitching to take Game 1. Jordan Wicks in Game 2, not the most impressive of arms, against Jesus Luzardo. We win 1-0 in 11 innings. Casey Schmidt has the flu. Get over it. Wow. We get one in the top of the 11th. Jacob Berry run scoring single. And the bullpen, Luzardo, an awesome start. Birdsong to Lang to Nardi to close it out. Just how we drew it up, baby. Let's go. 2-0 series lead. Go into Miami for 3. We will have Hayden Wesneski against, who is it? Trevor Rogers now. 6-3 win. We go up 3-0 in the series. Luis Robert, another couple hits. Jacob Berry, 2 hits. He's turned it on kind of the last couple of games. Jazz, a couple more hits. And Trevor Rogers, an excellent start as we take a 3-0 series lead here. And it'll be Dylan Cease in this one. Our 4-starter, who almost blew the series for us against Milwaukee, against Ben Lively. Again, not the most impressive of pitchers. Looking for the sweep. Yikes. Okay, well, we're allowed a stinker. Cease was actually pretty good. Hayden Birdsong gave 3 runs without getting it out. Maldonado and Mayer did not do much better. So just an ugly one. We'll bounce back here, hopefully in Game 5. 3-1 series lead. Hunter Brown against Yuri Perez. Rematch of Game 1. We win 2-1, and we're going to the World Series, baby. Wow. Just incredible. Yuri Perez, lifetime contract right now. I mean, geez, what he's been able to do, unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And Alex Lang closes it out. He's been awesome in the playoffs too. So there you go. Heading to the World Series, the Miami Marlins, in year 3 of this series. Way ahead of schedule. We will play Tampa Bay, a matchup of the Florida squads. I don't know if Tampa Bay is on 95. They might be like on 85, Route 80 or Interstate 85. But you call it a matchup of the 95 teams. And they went 98-64. They have an incredible farm system, so this isn't too surprising. They're led by Junior Caminero. Perennial best player in the league, potentially. Josh Lowe. I believe he's low. Carson Williams, not much with the bat, but a really good defensive player. Xavier Isaac, a good first baseman. Randy Rosarina, I guess, is playing first base actually for them, so forget what I just said. Their offense isn't crazy, though. They're middle of the pack. Much more of a power-stealing speed team, but their pitching, just incredible. Their pitching's been incredible. Drew Rasmussen, their ace, Shane McClanahan, Logan Gilbert, Ryan Pepio, and their bullpen also really good, first in the league. So this is gonna be a tough task, kind of our AL counterparts, I guess you can call it. So let me take a little break. I'm gonna come back. We'll run through the World Series. All right, so we're back, ready to go on to the World Series here. We will play Tampa Bay, and yeah, we already went over them. Okay, it's been about an hour since I took a little break, so we will have. Let's see. Yuri Perez not quite good to go for Game 1, so we'll go Luzardo in Game 1, Perez Game 2, Rogers, Cease, who pitched well in his playoff start. And we'll roll with what's been working. We've had some good success, obviously. So there we go. Game 1 in Tampa Bay. We'll have Shane McClanahan against Jesus Luzardo, two really, really good lefties. We lose 5-1. Looks like we never really had a shot in this one. Luzardo was okay. Maldonado gave up a couple runs. Max Mayer in relief as well. Just not much offensively for us in this one. So Game 1 goes to Tampa. Game 2, we will have Yuri Perez against Logan Gilbert. And a 4-0 win to tie up the series. It's pretty spread attack offensively. A bunch of guys that get hits. Rafael has a couple. Yuri Perez, sensational once again. Hayden Birdsong, really good. Gives us 3 innings and the save. So we have an off day here. And we will head to Miami for their first World Series action since 2003, I guess. Since the last time they made it there and they wound up winning. So we will have Trevor Rogers up against Drew Rasmussen, their ace. And let's see if we can steal one here. And we do. 5-3 victory. Sixto Sanchez hurt again. God. Okay. Playoff roster. I guess we'll call on Mick Abel. See what he can do. But we win 5-3. Huge win in Game 3 to take the series lead. Really good day from Jared Duran, who's been incredibly quiet this postseason. He has 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Trevor Rogers, good enough start, 4 2/3, 1 earned run, walked 4 guys, but gave us enough length. And Sanchez, who wound up getting hurt, unfortunately, Birdsong to Lang, shut them out the rest of the way. So we take that game in Miami, huge win. And now we'll have Ryan Pepio against Dylan Cease here in Game 4. We win 7-5. Oh my goodness. We go down 5-2 going into the 9th and score 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like Arteaga hit a 2-run double and Jesus Sanchez 3-run walk-off home run. Unbelievable postseason for him so far. 1.2 OPS, driven in 16 runs, 388 average, 5 homers. Just incredible. Dylan Cease, 4 1/3, 4 runs. Not his best start, but the bullpen just continues to deal. And they get us this win. Anthony Maldonado picking up the win in this one. So, just like that, after losing Game 1, we are in position to win the series here and win the World Series here in Game 5 in Miami. We'll have Jesus Luzardo, who we gave the big contract to, against Shane McClanahan. Rematch of Game 1. Let's do it. We lose 4-3. They get a run on the top of the 9th. Jose Siri, run-scoring double. Chisholm has a couple of hits. Jacob Berry drove in a few runs. And Luzardo was solid. 6 2/3, 3 runs. Birdsong, and then Lang gave up the run in the top of the 9th, unfortunately. So we'll have an off day. 2 chances to win 1 in Tampa. Yuri Perez looking to continue his incredible playoff run against Logan Gilbert. Game 6 in the Trop. There you go. Wow. Year 3 of this rebuild. We do it. World Series champions in 2026. Unbelievable. The 89 and 73 Marlins take down the Tampa Bay Rays. What a season, man. 8-5 victory. 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Luis Robert, 3-run home run. Gives us the win. Jazz, 4 hits, 3 RBIs. An incredible incredible series for him to, I had my doubts when when he went through that huge slump in the middle part of the season after the hot start. He finished really strong and had an excellent playoff after kind of a tough start in the playoffs too, but comes through big in a huge way here in Game 6. Robert, the huge shot in the top of the ninth, and Yuri Perez does it again. Not his best start for sure. 5 walks in this one, but gives us 6 2/3. Birdsong gave up 2 runs, but Lang closed it out in the bottom of the ninth. And there you go. Your Miami Marlins are 2026 World Series champions. This is got to be the quickest I've ever won a World Series in this game. from what we started with. It's 60-102 our first year. Bumped it up to 87 75. Won a playoff series. And then this year, it all kind of came together. Maybe not so much in the regular season, but in the playoffs, we kind of ran through relative to, how playoffs work. That first series against Milwaukee was absolutely crazy. Just back and forth the entire time. Took care of the Diamondbacks just fine. And the Cubs, too. We took care of them. And then the Rays. We went up 3-1 after losing Game 1. Gave them Game 5, and then Game 6, we take it. Just an unbelievable season. I can't believe this team really was able to come together. And, couldn't be more excited. Just unbelievable. I'm like at a loss for words that we actually were able to do this. And, we have number 4 farm system in baseball. Yes, it's top-heavy with a lot of young guys, but I think we have a very, very bright future. And looking ahead to what we have next season, we're losing a bunch of guys. We're losing Dylan Cease. Trevor Rogers will be a free agent as well. After, coming through big time here in the playoffs. He wants a lot of money. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We'll see. I'm assuming we're going to get a big budget raise, but we'll see about that. Eric Fetty was kind of a big piece for us, low-key, this season as a swingman. And then Robert's got 1 more year on his deal. We were able to lock up Luzardo and Chisholm, which is excellent. And then, we'll see how this offseason plays out. But we'll bask in our glory of taking the World Series this year. I'll fix the playoffs and everything, and we'll be back hopefully next year and trying to repeat. So thank you very much for watching. Probably a long episode, but that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.